Hi everyone, it's Nia. Today, I'd love to take you on a journey into the world of the Kalinago people as it existed long before colonization, when their islands were still shaped by their own rhythms, beliefs, and traditions. The Kalinago are often remembered through the distortions of colonial storytellers, but the truth is far richer, more complex, and deeply rooted in their relationship with the Caribbean Sea. So let's explore their world as it truly was. Before Europeans arrived, the Kalinago lived across many islands in the Lesser Antilles, connected by the sea that served as both a highway and a lifeline. They were expert canoe builders, carving long, elegant vessels from single tree trunks using fire and stone tools. These canoes carried them between islands for trade, alliances, ceremonies, and sometimes territorial defense. Far from being isolated, they were part of a dynamic regional network in which travel and communication flowed along the currents. Kalinago villages were usually built near the coast, taking advantage of sea breezes and open views. Houses, often oval or round, were constructed from wood, reeds, and thatch, arranged around communal spaces where daily life unfolded. These villages were lively with the sounds of children playing, elders teaching skills, and families preparing food. Cassava bread, roasted fish, sweet potatoes, and tropical fruits were staples, and food preparation was a shared cultural activity that strengthened family bonds. Their social organization balanced cooperation with responsibility. Leadership wasn't simply inherited, it depended on skill, respect, and the ability to guide the community. Chiefs and war leaders held different roles, and community decisions were influenced by experience, tradition, and collective memory. Women played essential roles in agriculture, craft work, family life, and cultural preservation, weaving baskets, producing pottery, and managing the cultivation of cassava, which was central to Kalinago foodways. Spiritual life touched every part of Kalinago society. They believed the world was filled with unseen forces, some protective, some dangerous, and they relied on healers and ritual specialists to maintain harmony. Plants were not only food and medicine, but also spiritual allies, used in cleansing rituals, healing ceremonies, and protective charms. The Kalinago connection with the natural world wasn't symbolic, it was practical, emotional, and deeply integrated into everyday choices about farming, fishing, travel, and community relationships. The Kalinago were also skilled makers. Their woven baskets, decorated pottery, wooden tools, and body paints reflected both artistry and identity. Red and black body paint made from natural pigments served cultural, ceremonial, and protective purposes. Jewelry made from seeds, shells, and bones expressed personal identity and spiritual beliefs, long before Europeans interpreted these traditions through their own limited perspectives. One of the most misunderstood aspects of Kalinago life was their approach to warfare. Colonial writers often exaggerated or distorted these traditions, yet conflict in the region was historically tied to territorial defense, trade routes, and long-standing rivalries. Canoe raids required skill, coordination, and courage, but they were not the defining feature of Kalinago society. Far more central were family life, community gatherings, storytelling, music, and the maintenance of social harmony. Music and dance played an essential role in expressing memory and identity. Percussion instruments, rattles, chants, and rhythmic dances brought communities together during rituals, celebrations, and rites of passage. Each performance passed knowledge from one generation to the next, linking the living to their ancestors. And perhaps one of the most inspiring aspects of Kalinago life was their resilience. Even before the pressures of colonization, they adapted to storms, shifting landscapes, and changing alliances. They passed down knowledge of how to read the sea, how to track seasonal cycles, and how to protect their communities. This resilience is part of why the Kalinago still exists today, despite centuries of upheaval. Living descendants carry their traditions forward in Dominica and other parts of the Caribbean. So, when we look back at the Kalinago world before colonization, we see not a people defined by conflict, but a vibrant society shaped by ingenuity, family, spiritual depth, and an intimate relationship with the land and sea. Their story reminds us that Caribbean history began long before European maps and that the region's first peoples built cultures as rich and meaningful as any on Earth. Thanks for exploring this history with me. In summary, the Kalinago were, and still are, a people of remarkable ingenuity, resilience, and cultural depth. Long before colonization, they built vibrant communities shaped by cooperation, spiritual balance, and a profound connection to the land and sea. Their traditions remind us that Caribbean history is rooted in the strength and creativity of its first peoples, whose knowledge shaped generations and still echoes in the islands today. As we reflect on their story, it becomes clear that understanding the Kalinago isn't just about looking back, it's about recognizing the living heritage that continues to guide their descendants in the present. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to help grow the channel.